How to be financially independent as an artist manager. The first one is pretty simple. It's self-explanatory. Spend less than you make. I mean, like, that's basics. You know, spend less than you make. And it goes on the importance of knowing, like, what it is that you're making and what it is that you're making it for. You know, are you making money so that you could be Fashion Week every day? Be the flyest dude in the room? Have the latest sneakers and everything else? You know, or are you trying to create a sustainable future for yourself? Money is very important. Having money is very important. There's a lot of people who became artist managers just because they got money. They got access to finance, which means they can make opportunities, you know, realities, much easier. So if you're spending all of your money, you're giving yourself less opportunities. So you need to spend less than you make. Invest in yourself and improve your skills. If you're spending money, spend it on making you a better manager. Like, that is it. Because once you get a reputation as the best manager, you don't need to sell yourself. You know what I mean? You can demand whatever fee you want at the end of the day because you have created that value and someone needs to pay for that value. So you need to be investing in yourself. You need to be reading up on all the books. You need to get the latest information from the internet. You need to be at least a subscriber on Music Business Worldwide. If you're not a subscriber on Music Business Worldwide, like, pull out your phone right now. Like right now. If you don't have Music Business Worldwide, this is an instruction, sorry. Just go onto your Safari or whatever browser you're using, just say Music Business Worldwide or Google it. Music Business Worldwide just basically logs everything that's happening within the industry. If you're an artist or an artist manager, those are your peers. They might not be in the same country as you. They might be mostly based in the United States, which is the #1 market in the world. But those are your peers. Those are people who are playing in the same field you're playing in. You need to be up to date with what they're doing. You know, the latest trends. And then you also need to know the fallacy. And then you need to know that you are in South Africa. What is your reality? And then you can see how you can innovate and change the game here, right? So investing in yourself and improving your skills doesn't have to be something that you do with a lot of money. It doesn't have to be something that you do with an MBA. You could be self-studying. How many of you are on YouTube every day learning about how to be a manager? You understand? How many of you are on YouTube every day? Every day, everybody. How many of you are using YouTube to learn how to be a better artist manager? Few people. Why are you underutilizing that resource? It's like you've got a library in your pocket, in your hand. Whatever access to Wi-Fi you have, whatever access to data you have, you need to be using that to inform yourself. That is it. It's up here, this thing. I like to say that to the people that I work with. It's up here, this thing. So you need to feed this thing. That is it. That is how you improve your value. That is how you improve your skills, right? So invest in yourself, your knowledge, your expertise. You know, try something new. Give yourself new experience because your experience also counts. You know, it's about how many years you've got in the game, how much skin you've got in the game a lot of the times. So you need to be constantly investing in that and improving your skills as a manager. And that will help you become financially independent because then you'll have opportunities that will grow because your value will be growing. Strive to create multiple alternate revenue streams. It's another thing is that for a lot of you who are artists, managers, and starting out with artists that are maybe let's say tier 5, real bottom tier artists, they're really starting out, they're developing. At the end of the day, if you're reliant on your split of the bookings money, you're reliant on a percentage of 2,000 rands. You know, that's not going to work for you. That's not going to help you reinvest in yourself. That's not going to help you reinvest in your craft. So you need to find other means of creating money, you know. So back when, you know, we were starting out, what we would do is that because we weren't getting bookings, when I was starting out working on the Kwesta brand, because we weren't getting bookings and everything, we do other things. So we do like little res surprise parties, right? And like there might be like an appearance fee to appear in the res or whatever, you know. At the same time, on the back end, I was doing like video content and stuff like that, and providing that for the client and saying, hold on, this is an added value service. And then here we go, now the artist is being paid for their appearance fee, and also on the other end, I'm building other services onto what I'm providing for the artists and for our clients as a whole as well. And then you got like a video service. Funnily enough, you know, I discovered that a project that we did in 2011 was done with an agency called Have You Heard? The guys that actually put this thing together. I searched through my emails, I'm like, damn, the staff might have changed and everything else, but you know, I've invoiced these guys before, 8 years ago, to be exact, on the 17th of August, 8 years ago. You know what I mean? And that was because we were building alternate revenue streams. So now we weren't just creating music and creating a celebrity brand, we were also creating video content. And these are things that, you know, weren't really standard back then, but have now become standard. Imagine that in just those 8 years, things that we're trying as experiments are now like what is expected of you. So you need to strive to create alternate revenue streams. If you're an artist manager and you're working on a certain artist and you're like, damn it, okay, fine, I've got this artist that needs to perform within this area and build an audience within this area, then you need to start promoting parties at these areas. You know, you need to put that whole entire thing together and make sure that there's some sort of income that's coming in for you so that you could invest in yourself. Because as much as you're investing in the artist brand, at whatever level of involvement is, if you're a business partner, then you're investing a lot of everything that you make as well, you know, in this, building this artist brand, in the hope that once they become tier one, there will be some return on an investment that will filter down to you. You need to ensure that you're constantly doing these things, right? Because they will assist you in getting the brand out there, like the artist that you're working with, and it's in line with what you're doing. And at the same time, it'll also mean that you've got better financial resources, right? And that means that you will be more effective as well. You'll have the means to invest in your skills. You'll have the means to invest in your craft and get further. So that's the third and final point on this slide. Marketing the right way. Okay. First thing you need to do is that you need to spell correctly. Right. I wrote this, so I misspelled this, but this might be something. But it's, your reputation precedes you. That's what it's supposed to say. You know what I mean? It's like you need to know that your reputation walks in the room prior to you. Right? That they say that this person will be here and the room will fill up because they're reputable. So that is how you market yourself. Your reputation precedes you. You need to be consistent. You need to deliver. You need to be constantly improving your skill because we're in a competitive market as well. There's always someone out there not trying to do better than you, but trying to be the best. It's not personal. You know, it's not like they're coming for you. No, everyone needs to strive to be the best, and that's how we improve ourselves. That's how we improve each other, you know. So you need to ensure that you're also striving to be the best and you're working on it effectively. Don't depend on your talent to market your personal brand. Can be very tricky. Because, like I said in the beginning, sometimes you have fallouts. Sometimes you have conflicts. And in the space that we're practicing in, you are the person in the background. And there's a court of public opinion. And if you're reliant on your talent to market you as a manager, if Benza was reliant on having AKA saying, no, Benza's the best manager in the business and everything else, you know what I mean? What happens when they have a fallout? The conversation is different. But because you're focused on your business and your business keeps on running and is consistent and you're delivering, it matters not what happens in your relationship with your talent at that point in time. You understand? That will not affect your reputation. Because at the end of the day, as much as anyone can, say whatever it is that they want to say about you, the people that you work with know what your professional reputation is. They know that you answer to emails. They know that, you send the correct documentation when required to, They know that all your business stuff is registered and whatever, you're paying VAT, tax, whatever. They know all these things. And those are the things that matter the most, So don't rely on your talent to market you. If you're a DIY artist as well, you also can't rely on your success as an artist to market your success as a manager, because the point is to make it seem as if you don't exist. You know what I mean? That's the thing. It's like you're supposed to build up these brands to be so big that no one even knows you're involved in them. And that's the whole entire thing. Sell yourself to the relevant people. Know your target market or audience. That's like part 2 of this. That you need to be selling yourself to the relevant people. The relevant people need to know that you're professional, that you deliver timelessly, that you're consistent. Right? So, I like to make this example to some artists I work with. I'd be like, I got 3,000 followers on my Instagram. But if you check at the likes and the quality of the people who are liking my posts, with your 1 million followers, you don't have the influence I have. And that is it. So, selling yourself to the right people means like, I only speak to decision makers. Because in my business, I'm a decision maker. Do you understand that? That is something that you need to internalize and understand, is that, whatever the case may be, even if it means that I started the security guard, he needs to know that he needs to take me up to the decision maker, the person who's actually making the decision, the person who's cutting the check. That's the person I need to engage with, because in my business, I make the decisions. I cut the check. So you need to be making sure that you're speaking to the right people as well. I think artists, managers, talent managers don't get the credit they deserve because we don't work on like multinational brands. But what we do that people don't understand is that we take a brand that is completely unknown and we make it a household name. Do you know what I mean? That is what we do. So when you internalize this whole entire thing about making sure that you speak to decision makers, you need to also understand that, because you need to work with a whole lot of brands and you need to understand what value you're bringing. The value you're bringing is that you've got expertise on how to take a brand from 0 to 100. Whereas someone else might be able to take a brand, which is something that, the textbook would tell you takes 20 years to create, right? take a brand and maintain, people's awareness of it, maintain the reputation of it, and that's all they need to do. Whereas we do a lot more. Build it from ground up. And other brand managers that don't manage artists or companies that start from ground up, they just pawn and renovate. That's a Rick Ross line. We built it ground up, you pawn and renovate it. So you need to understand your value in that regard, right? Because there's a lot of people that you'll need to work with that don't understand this. And you need to challenge that. We face the same battle all the time. You know what I mean? I might be speaking to like the brand manager of Vodacom or whatever. Or let me use an example of Telkom. And they'll tell me, no, we are a big company and everything else. And I'll be like, yeah, but you went from university, came here, got a job at something that's already established. I built something, made it a household name, and now you can't differentiate between Kwesta and Handy Andy. Understand what I'm saying? And that is the role you play as an artist manager. So sell yourself to the right people, sell yourself to the relevant people, forge those relationships and the partnerships with those people. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. You understand? If you go, and this is a challenge, if you know my Instagram at La Vida Nota, just go through the pictures and scroll. See the people who like. They're some of the top, most influential people in the music business in the world. Not South Africa. In the world. Because now we're at a level where we're working on ourselves and we're growing our brands as managers. And we're not just serving the South African market. We're actually now selling South Africa to the rest of the world. And the challenge to us is to be as good as everybody else in the top markets in the world. And influence there. And show them something that maybe they have not experienced or something that they're not used to. And we need to make sure that we're relevant to those right people. Right now, as it stands, right, I'd like to tell you a small, simple story that maybe you won't understand. In 2 weeks from now, right? Is it 2 weeks from now? Where's John or Khwalepa? I don't know. They've got like a YouTube session that's coming in. They've got the entire global team coming in from YouTube. Some of those people that are coming into the global team were giving me a walk around of their offices in New York not too long ago. They are coming here, but those are people I chat with on WhatsApp already. Marketing yourself to the right people. So as when an opportunity arises or when anything arises, you're the first person to be in the know. And that's how you get more skin in the game. It doesn't matter that, the cashier at ShopRite recognizes you. It doesn't, really. It doesn't. It matters that you show another person respect. So when you walk into this building or whatever, you greet the guy who's at the security gate and everything else. You ensure that everyone knows that you have a level of respect for human beings. That's one thing you need to maintain. But do not play yourself. Do not take yourself to a frustrating point where you are now speaking to a person who's got no power to make a decision. That is just a waste of time.